Hi, it's Matt for newshooter.com at CP Plus 2019. I'm at the Laowa booth. Now, this is the OOOM, not the Zoom. We'll get to that in a minute. But we first saw this lens at Interbee at the end of last year. So, more for our readers and viewers, this is more just of an update in terms of how the lens is progressing and when it's going to become available. Firstly, back to the OOOM. It's not called a Zoom. It wasn't a misspelling on there. It's actually OOOM. What does that stand for?
OOOM actually means out of our minds. We're trying to develop some lenses that the videographers have never thought of, and this is one of our first lenses. And we'll have more OOOMs coming out very soon.
Now, just run me through the basic specifications again for this lens. I know we've gone through it before, but just for people who may not be familiar with it.
This is a 25-100 T2.9 professional cine zoom lens. It has a super 35 coverage. It has a constant T2.9, which means when you're zooming in or out, the aperture is not going to ramp up. And the other good thing about this lens is it's a completely new cine design. It's not a rehouse lens. So we designed it as a cine zoom lens in the first place. So the focus briefing and also the sharpness, chromatic aberrations control is so much better than the other rehoused cine lens in the market. Right.
Now, in terms of this lens, who is this actually going to be competing against? Where do you think you want to price and put this lens in terms of what its competition will be?
Our mindset is like that. I'm sure there are a lot of people using like cine zoom lens. Most of the time they will rent it from the rental houses, but they are still hoping to own one because they will do scouting or if they have some smaller productions, they will be able to use it. So we are trying to get into that market to be a budget-friendly cine zoom lenses, so you don't need to spend a lot of money to get this kind of zoom lenses. It has a pretty good range. It's 25-100. It's 4 times zoom factor, so pretty good range for them to use it in most of the productions.
So a more affordable option than, say, something like the Zeiss 21-100 or even an Origino EZ.
Right, the Engineer EZ and the Zeiss lightweight zoom. Those are more like similar lenses that we find in the market, but they're priced at a higher level. Right.
Now, in terms of when this is going to be becoming available, any more updates on that?
We are thinking to have it available in around middle or later of the year. We're trying to improve a little bit on the mechanical side so that it will become even more friendly usage for the videographers.
And is there more of this sort of series in development, or are you waiting to see how well this one is received as to whether you make more focal lengths?
Right, we are in progress of making a more wider end and more telephoto ends, and also trying to build something for the full frame market as well. Right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.